Earlier this year, I adopted two cats which I named Coffee and Sugar. Now Sugar is a color point short hair while Coffee belongs to a breed of cat known as the snowshoe. The snowshoe cat is a rare cat breed known for its striking color pattern and white paws, hence the name snowshoes, and it has a gentle and affectionate personality. Snowshoes came as a result of crossbreeding the Siamese cats with the American Shorthairs, creating a cat with Siamese marking and white feet. These cats are known for their loyalty and almost dog-like behaviors. They often follow their humans around the house. After the first 2 months with me, Sugar started behaving strangely. She would scream loudly at the top of her voice, disturbing everyone around. It was really quite annoying at a point in time, as this went on for a couple of days. She stopped after a few days and became extremely moody, and most times she sought a secluded time for herself. Some days after, it became way worse. Sugar would scream loudly at the top of her voice and sometimes try to go out. Now I've owned and trained cats all my life and I've studied most of their behavioral traits. I've never had a time when my female cat disturbed this much, but it occurred to me that all the time I've owned cats, I've always gave them access to go out of the house. This was the first time I'm training a cat to be completely indoors, so it's expected to learn new behaviors about my cats. Sugar was obviously on heat. Now cats generally go to secluded areas away from humans to mate, and as an indoor cat, there is no way she will meet a mate. So as a good cat owner, guess what I did? I brought in a male cat called SnowBall, which is a pure breed Turkish Angora, strictly for stud services. The Turkish Angora is a rare, elegant, and ancient breed of domestic cat that originated in Turkey, specifically around the Ankara region, which was formerly called Angora. Turkish Angora have existed for centuries. They are considered a national treasure in Turkey and have strict breeding programs to preserve the pure white variety. These cats were among the first long-haired cats introduced to Europe in the 15th century. Now SnowBall was as pathetic as any male cat which has never met another cat all their life, as that was his case. As a 9-month-old tomcat, he was only curious to meet new creatures which looked like him, but was uninterested in anything to do with them. He spent most of his time walking gracefully around the house studying his new environment, and most time he's sleeping in his newly found favorite cozy spot. Now if you're familiar with male cats, they spend the whole day sleeping in the house and at night time they are nowhere to be found. Sometimes they spend days out of the house and only return when they need food. Now SnowBall is a typical male cat who doesn't joke with his daytime nap. SnowBall slept all day for the first few days and he refused to eat much, but after a few days, he became more vibrant and his appetite improved. Sugar, on the other hand, lost her appetite for the meat as she showed so much disdain to the presence of another strange cat from God knows where. Anytime SnowBall tried to come close to her, she became violent and tended to scratch anyone or anything close to her. The first week was an improvement. Coffee and Sugar now tolerated SnowBall's presence and can watch his side without freaking out. They do not eat together still, but just ignored one another's presence. SnowBall was much more interested in knowing the ladies, but Sugar wasn't interested anymore as she's no longer on dates and she'd rather just spend time alone, or sometimes with Coffee, roaming one another. The third week was much more interesting as the cat now eat together from one bowl and are now living together as a family. But SnowBall wasn't allowed to cuddle with the ladies yet. He could only get his cuddles from his humans, but the ladies didn't want any. Though they wouldn't mind sharing a bowl with him and making him feel comfortable in their midst, but no. Now on the fourth week, that's when things got really interesting. Sugar, as expected, was on heat again, and this time things are different because there is a tomcat around. The only problem is this tomcat, who is barely 9 months old, is still a juvenile and lacks the experience to mate. Worst of it all, he has never been with any other cat since he was adopted as a kitten, has no idea what to do in such a scenario. Cats release what is known as pheromones. Now, when a female cat is on heat, she releases a lot of pheromones to attract male cats in the neighborhood. Male cats, however, seek such female cats to mate and procreate, and that's how they preserve their bloodline. A breed of cats known to be very gentle became very aggressive, and the funny thing was the female was ready to mate, but SnowBall didn't have a clue on what to do. The first day passed and SnowBall was still ignorant of his duty. The second and third day passed, and by this time Sugar was very desperate because her heat period won't last much longer. Thereby, SnowBall has to get serious with her. This is an opportunity for SnowBall to not just learn about a new phase of life in his bachelor-like lifestyle, but to pass his ancient genes to create a new mixed breed of cats. But it was already looking like a failed mission until one fateful night, something wonderful happened. Sugar began secreting some slimy-like saliva from her mouth and rubbed it all over her body. She became completely irresistible as SnowBall followed her to every corner of the house, perceiving her scent and trying to mate, and in just a few minutes, Sugar gave SnowBall a taste of her sugar. I left them alone to get some sleep too and woke up the next morning only to find them still mating. These two honey cats were mating morning, afternoon, evening, and even at night times. At the kitchen entrance, the dining, and while watching movies, this cat didn't even give a damn about my presence. Just kept on going about their activities, and they mated at least once every hour for the next 48 hours, and Sugar was exhausted. Now, this documentary was shot 9 weeks after they mated, and Sugar is obviously heavily pregnant, and in the next few days, we should be expecting our first litter of mixed breed kittens. From being a lonely tomcat who has never met any female cat in all of his young life, SnowBall, in the last 1 month of being away from home, is now on the path to becoming a first-time father of a new breed of kittens. If you enjoyed this documentary and you want to see videos similar to this, subscribe to our channel as I will be documenting the life of SnowBall and his progeny in the descendant of SnowBall, the Turkish Angora. See you guys next time and stay creative.